legal dictation at the rate 100 word per minute. So ready? Last ready? Start. The plaintiff has instituted the suit against the 5 defendants for the reliefs of declaration as null, void, and nonest of sale deed executed by defendants number 1 to 3 in favor of defendant number 5 with respect to third floor of the north side portion of property for cancellation of the said sale deed, recovery of vacant, peaceful and physical possession of the said property, permanent injunction restraining defendants number 1 to 5 from dealing with the property, mandatory injunction directing defendant number 5 to deliver vacant, peaceful and physical possession of the property to the plaintiff and recovery of mense profits. The suit came up first before this court when summons notice thereof were ordered to be issued, but no ex parte interim order sought granted. Observing that the doctrine of lis pendens will apply, written statements have been filed by defendants number 1 and 2, defendant number 3 and defendant number 5, and to which replications have been filed. The defendant number 4 has not filed any written statement nor has been appearing in spite of service. The right of defendant number 4 to file written statement has already been closed. Today also none appears for the defendant number 4. The defendant number 4 is thus proceeded against ex parte. The suit is ripe for framing of issues. Considering the formal nature of the application for amendment, need to call for reply has not been felt, and the counsel for the defendant number 5 and the counsel for the defendant number 3 and the counsel for the defendants number 1 and 2 have fairly stated that they have no objection to the amendment being allowed. The amended memo of parties filed therewith is taken on record and be transposed to Part 1 file. As aforesaid, the suit is ripe for framing of issues. However, the counsel for the defendant number 5 has contended that the suit on the averments in the plaint is not maintainable, and the plaintiff on the averments in the plaint and documents filed therewith is not entitled to the reliefs claimed, and the suit is liable to be dismissed. The counsel for the defendant number 5 has been heard. The counsel for the defendant number 3 and the counsel for the defendants number 1 and 2 have not opposed the submissions of the counsel for the defendant number 5. The counsel for the plaintiff states that since the plaintiff has described himself as director, though that may be the position in respect of societies registered under the Societies Registration Act 1860, Section 6 whereof requires the suit by the society to be filled in the name of president, chairman or principal secretary of the society. It is not the position with respect to companies under the company law is governed Section 34 of the Companies Act 1956 required an incorporated company to sue in its own name and not in the name of its director or managing director. The suit thus cannot be treated as filed by X as contended by the counsel for the plaintiff. Stop. Thanks for like and subscribe.